everybody. Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and another episode of our Whatever Report. The cat is saying hello. Both animals may make vocal appearances during this because they're both mad at me because I was gone for a couple of days. So, yeah, the dog is laying on the floor whimpering because I'm abusing him because I was gone. And the cat is sitting here scratching my leg and like, hey, pay attention to me. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing on Sunday. I want to thank anybody who joins me. This is obviously later, much later than we normally do this. There was no D&D tonight with Halloween, and I just decided to wait till I wouldn't be interrupted by trick-or-treaters or anything like that. Plus, I got home too late to do it at the regular time anyway. So, there you go. So, that's just what we got going on. Yes, I am a bad, they've told me I'm a bad owner. Yes, because they're like, where have you been? And the one got left with my folks, but that wasn't good enough for him. So apparently they abuse him mightily because he's, whereas the cat was just here by herself. But they, so yeah, so we're hanging out on a Sunday. Don't have a lot. I feel like there was a whole lot going on this week to talk about, but we'll talk and hang out a little bit and see what's going on. So we got the unruly Simeon in here. We got Sam I Am. What is going on? So just a couple people. TJ. Oh yeah, it'll be back. Well, technically, I actually have to shave again in the morning for something like trim it back off. But then after that, I probably won't shave for like months. So there you go. So yes, it will be coming back. And for those of you that were like, oh, it grew back instantly. Yeah, obviously I recorded yesterday's video before I shaved it off. But yeah, so just look right. I gotta shave it for something tomorrow, so I'm not in the in-between stage. But yeah, so other than that, we're just, hanging out on a Sunday. Glad to see you, TJ. I'm sure TJ probably likes this time a little better than when I normally do the Whatever Report because he's actually home. As you can see, the cat is like, give me attention. Give it to me. Obviously, there was no cash or trash this week because I wasn't here to do it. And I didn't try to squeeze it in tonight because I drove 8 hours today. I didn't have the energy. So there you go. So yeah, so what do we got going on the channel? Pick a direction. Obviously this week, tomorrow night, we have the Halloween episode of Comigories going down on John's Comics with Kids channel. We'll be hanging out, having a good time. I got some Halloween, maybe some surprises. We'll see. Comigories going for these people, so we'll see. We got I think 8 contestants battling out. A few of them I think are first timers, so it should be a good time. I'm really saying there was a lot of trash this week. I haven't even looked at either list, so I have no idea. And I'm actually relatively pleasantly surprised to not have to look at either list, so that actually feels pretty good for a few days. I see there was a bunch of comments and stuff on it, but I haven't looked at any of the comments on stuff because I've just been gone. But yeah, I need to catch up on comments again. I'm falling behind again. I'm so bad. I feel so bad about that. So we got Comigories tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we are talking with that man Unruly and Daymares and Kirk Comics on Your Mind. We're talking Invincible. Ultimate Collection 7, which is issues 71 through 84. So I have not finished reading this yet. I need to get on that. But so we'll be talking that on Tuesday night on the Indie Show. And then which one do I have for Thursday? I don't remember which Indie Show is on Thursday. Is it it's a really good question. It's not that one. Let's see. That is nope, not that one. It's got to be that one. So it would be Die. We got Die coming up on Thursday. In theory, of course, we've tried to schedule that one a couple of times. Yeah, Thursday the 4th. It looks like is we got Die coming up. So that's the other indie show we got scheduled for this week. You guys know I end up rescheduling these a ton. But Tuesday night, we're going to be talking Invincible. Thursday night, we're going to be talking Die Volume 1. And at some point, I need to do a 3,000 sub celebration as we're like at 3,011, which is amazing. You guys are awesome. I can't, the level of support still surprises the you know what out of me. So I need to do that at some point. Maybe I'll shoot for Friday. Maybe I'll shoot for Saturday. I don't know. It depends on what I got going on. But if I don't do it this coming weekend, the weekend after is terrible. So I may have to shoot for Friday. We'll see. I will try to get that on the calendar and scheduled in a little notice to do a 3,000 sub sometime in the next couple of weeks to say thank you to all of you for watching, subbing, hitting the like button, leaving comments. You don't know how much I appreciate it. So, yeah, the new Go Collect. We could talk about that. That new Go Collect website is trash. It's got all my lists are messed. My lists were messed up. It like doubled up a bunch of my books. The values are all screwed up. It's not even pulling its own values. The proper values from the website to my list. So if you want to do a value thing, resulted in CLZ no longer has values. Like Go Collect, I don't know what the heck Go Collect did, but I'm gonna have to like maybe think about looking at canceling that and go into I'm gonna give them a little bit of time to get the website sorted. But if they don't get it fixed soon, like, and where it's usable, then yeah, I'm going to be looking at like maybe trying to use GPA or something else because it is garbage right now. Like their new redone website is terrible. And like, if you try to look at it, even like on the iPad, like you have to scroll, like the way the columns are set up. If you go into my list and you're trying to look at multiple things, like you can't look at anything. Yes, it's terrible. I don't know what they did. Yeah. Raw values are so hard though because they're making an estimate on condition because it's going to vary so much based on condition. So it's so harder to do raw values on a website like that just because variation in condition will vary the price on those pretty much. Whereas at least on the slab ones, you know what the condition is. But yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, Cover Price. I've never used Cover Price. I've heard people talk about it. That it's pretty good. That it does raw comics and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I may be abandoning Go Collect as well. TJ is talking about listening. I'm gonna give Go Collect a little bit of time to get their website fixed and up and running, but like I'm not impressed with what I'm looking at. I don't like that when you go in now. And maybe I just haven't figured out how to change it. You can. I like that they added the graph. I don't like that you can't actually see the sales without clicking on the little dots and stuff. Like now, maybe I just haven't figured out how to fix that yet because I've been frustrated with it and haven't spent the time. Hey John, what's going on? Well, I mentioned you a few minutes ago talking about categories for tomorrow night. The moment we're bitching about the new Go Collect website, which is garbage. Also resulted in CLZ not having values anymore because they had been working with Go Collect and then Go Collect cut them off when they went to this new website. And yeah, it's just been a mess. Hey, Black Knight, what is going on? When did you just knock on the floor? Cat, you're so ridiculous. So yeah. So I don't know what their plan was, but they have not pulled it off so far. Like their website is a mess. I mean, they had things that was like they needed to do better. Like they did need to improve the old website, but this is not an improvement. This is worse. So I don't know. They need to get their act together, or yeah, I'm going to be like TJ or somebody else going to Cover Price or GPA or something else to track my books and keeping my Go Collect, canceling that Go Collect subscription and going to something else for sure. So I talked a little bit. We've complained about Go collect. We've talked a little bit about what I had coming up. We'll go back through that here in a little bit. So I did get a shipment from, well, they were supposed to be, normally I would have gotten them previous Saturday. I did get a shipment from Midtown earlier in the week. So my 2 weeks worth of books, I've only read a few of them, but this was, so it would have been this week's books. It would have been the previous 2 weeks' books. The ones I did get through that I looked at and read is I had 2 issues of Batman, 114 and 115. I continue to enjoy this. I'm liking this Miracle Molly character. I think I'm liking where they're going with Poison Ivy stuff. Some of the Magistrate stuff is it's okay, but I've enjoyed the Tinian run. I think more than most. So it's not too bad. I know it's about to wrap up. We'll see where it goes from there, but I've enjoyed that. I also did get Catwoman Lonely City. So this was interesting. My nose is suddenly itchy. Like an older Catwoman, basically we come to this Gotham, kind of an alternate future. Batman's dead. A bunch of the Bat family is dead. Harvey Dent is like the mayor. Barbara Gordon's in it. And Selina's just got out of prison for being accused of killing Batman. And I don't know if she's trying to set things right, but I have a feeling that's where it's going to go. It'll be interesting. I think this is a 3-parter. 3 or 4 parts, I think, to this one. It was good. The bigger format, I'm always a little iffy on the bigger format, but it works for this. So I don't mind it occasionally for some books to get the bigger format. You guys know I've been reading all the High Republic stuff. So this is Trail of Shadows. So thankfully, I had read the main novel, which I actually left with my sister, so I don't remember what it is. But the main novel before I got to this, because it'd be a little confusing where this picks up. But this is kind of a murder mystery detective kind of thing going on. And this was really, really good. I really enjoyed this issue of Trail of Shadows. I think this is like a 6-parter offshoot from the main High Republic storyline. But this was I really enjoyed this a bunch. And then here, the main High Republic story I continue to enjoy. They are put themselves basically in a trap because they're kind of dumb and a little overconfident. So yeah, but I continue to enjoy Kev Trennis as a character. Avar Chris, I continue to enjoy. So I'm really enjoying this comic book overall. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I did finally get to read Nightwing Fear State, Nightwing 85. This one was completely from Bab's perspective. And it was really good. I really, really enjoyed this. I should have grabbed them. I saw the one in 25, but they wanted too much for it, I think, with her like design of this new costume on the cover. I can see that. I've enjoyed it from the beginning, but there was so much there was so much setup, I felt like, at the beginning, just because this was all new characters and that kind of stuff. So it did take a little while for it to get going. I would agree with that, but I've enjoyed it from the beginning. I really like that new Trail of Shadows miniseries or offshoot. But you guys know, good Nightwing. There's a few things in this world I like better than good Nightwing storytelling. But if it's good Nightwing and Bad Girl with Bab storytelling, then yeah, I'm all in. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed where this is going. So yeah, the rest of these I haven't gotten to yet. We got Spider-Man 76. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little torn on this whole Spider-Man Beyond. I feel like, yeah, I haven't read that yet. I know this is the one. I got the Frisian cover to Catwoman. This crazy-eyed Harley. But it's Frisian. Ooh, the light on that is doing weird things to that cover. Like, Yeah, that like it's doing like yeah, that actually kind of looks like how it actually looks. But yeah, it's doing weird things to the colors and stuff with that prison cover. That's interesting. I haven't read that one yet either. Um, Batman, Catwoman. Continue to read this thing, even though it confuses me and I don't understand where Tom Taylor's going with this, or Tom King's going with this. I've been pretty disappointed by that. And then last, what I'm going to mention is Batman and Bigby. I hope this is much. Issue one of this was. I I felt like Fables had its ups and downs, mostly ups. We went back to that because I almost quit it right at the beginning because I thought the first story arc was terrible. Um, the first issue of this was awful, awful. It was bad. Like Bill Willingham apparently doesn't know anything about Batman. Like I don't know, the whole interaction of Bigby and Batman in that first one was terrible. I thought Batman's portrayal was awful. Um Bigby really didn't do anything in the first issue. I just thought it was, but he got taken by like the whole thing was just bad. And I've already like pre-ordered a couple of more issues of this. It's only 5, I think. But it better get better. Like we'll see what after number 2, but yeah, this was bad. I was super disappointed by this. Hey, Daymare's dropping in here. David, what's going on? What's he saying? Thank you for I was about to spend cash on 300, but wait till the price of the book. It has been coming back a little bit, so yeah, I would definitely keep an eye out, look for a better thing. No, I've been confused the whole time on Batman Catwoman. I've been confused, like, because he's jumping between like 3, maybe 4 different time periods. Even the stuff that's supposed to be like where the main story is, I can't tell. Like when they're together, and then the stuff with her and the stuff in her and the Joker, like suddenly being a thing, or maybe not, like back in the day, is just weird because they have never gotten along at all. Like even when she's a criminal, those two have never like gotten along, and like that he's made like trying to make like this weird love triangle out of it's so bizarre. I've just been like super disappointed in it. I was looking forward to it. Like, I enjoyed the first part of his run all through the wedding. I thought he set up the wedding fine, like that was what was going to happen. I wasn't like shocked or disappointed by that. I felt like he'd laid the groundwork for that they weren't going to go through with it. But then he just lost his way after that. And it was just windy and like slow, and the pace was bad and everything else. I thought on the last part of his run, and I have generally more often than not enjoyed Tom King. But this thing from issue 1 has just been confusing and a major disappointment for me. Absolutely just a major disappointment. So those are the books that came from Midtown. And my pre-order, you notice there was no House of Slaughter. Well, technically they wouldn't come out till this week, but I didn't pre-order House of Slaughter. I've been reading Something's Killing the Children via the trades. I just haven't been buying and collecting it. But I went into the comic shop near where my sister lives, which is a Graham Cracker Comics. And I wasn't actually going to buy anything. You need more Thor. Well, most of those are going to be for sale. That's for my CGC return from the other night, Daymare. So you'll have to watch that. But yeah, like actually of these books that are behind me that came back from CGC, the 7 that weren't damaged and shipping, only 2 of them are mine, which is 1 copy of this and then the Hell Arisen. Everything else eventually will be up for sale. So I have not started it yet. It's on my list. I have the first trade. I have not started it yet. I kind of want to do it for the indie show, but I just haven't got there yet, David. So I know a lot of people rave about it. I just have not got a chance to start it. But anyway, I've been reading Something's Killing Children via the trade. I even went in there and they still had a bunch of copies of number one. Now, certain covers they didn't have, but they had a bunch of copies of number one of House of Slaughter. But they also had their Graham Cracker Comics Mirka Andolfo exclusive. So I did end up picking that up. I got the trade dress, not the Virgin, because I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. And so I picked up the Graham Cracker Comics exclusive of House of Slaughter number one. It's a store exclusive. I tend to try not to do those. It's literally the only thing I picked up when I went in that comic shop because I had my niece and nephew with me. So I didn't really do much looking. I mostly tried to keep them from touching too many things. I am not reading Task Force Z. I do not. I think it is, but I don't know for sure about Task Force C. I'll be honest. But yeah, so this is the one thing I picked up while I was in Chicago. Their store exclusive. So yeah, so I grabbed that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for the trade to read it. I'll be honest. So I probably won't even read this. I'll probably just wait for the trade. But that was the only other thing I picked up the last couple weeks, or since the last time I did these last week. So yeah, that's it. I need to go through at some point, for those that watch my unboxing and my 8 books that were damaged. I need to make some decisions about what I'm going to send back and that kind of stuff. So I may do a video on that sometime in the next couple of weeks and kind of put together a resubmission. And some of those I'm going to resend to get repressed before they go back. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so that's most of what I got going on. So yeah, I was not going to get a copy of House of Slaughter. I'll be honest. I was like, there's huge printing on that. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure a few of the covers will probably do well, but I'm going to wait for the trades. I haven't been buying Something's Killing the Children even later in the run after I started reading it via the trades. I just haven't been, because I'm trying to keep my collecting to like fairly focused in terms of books I'm actually like putting behind me and my boxes and that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to get the number of new books I buy down so that I'm not spending quite as much on new books, so I can spend it on other stuff that I want. Hey Barrett, what is going on? Happy Halloween, sir. Alan asking, wondering how long did it take for CGC? So you have to go watch the video. But I'll give like the brief breakdown, Alan. Mine turned around really quick. But not like that's not the current turnaround time, how quickly mine turned around. Hey Manny, what's going on? So this is a Funko shirt I got a few years ago. It's kind of a take on the Hulk 1 cover. So yeah, it came in one of those, when I was collecting Funkos all the time, it came in one of the Funko Marvel Collector Core boxes. But so my CGC thing, the brief recap from the video the other night, and you can see the other books that I sent off in that video, is the books got there just before, like right at the end of September, like the 28th, 27th, something like that. They opened them now, not this past Tuesday, but like the Monday or Tuesday before, and sent me an email. So which was still slightly early for even opening, not way early, but slightly early. And they sent me an email basically that 8 of the 15 books I sent in had gotten damaged via shipping. They sent me pictures. It was a corner crunch. A bunch of the corners got smushed. I told them to send those books back to me and I'd make a decision. And there were some calls made. I don't know if DJ made calls, but I made some calls. Well, I tried to call, and because that's what the email said. And then the lady on the phone, like, well, I can't help you with that. You need to email the person that emailed you. You need to reply to the email. I'm like, well, why did the email say call? But anyway, actually, once I talked to the right person, it went super smooth. And they sent they went on, and I told them to go on and grade the other 7. They basically went on and graded those over the next 2 days and then sent the whole thing back to me. So like I kind of got bumped to the front of the line for these 7 books that are behind me. And the rest of the 8 books came back, and I went through what got damaged. Well, it was USPS. I mean, it was just, you just got to pack them really well. Wait. Encapsulation for over 3 weeks. Wow. So yeah, mine basically went through the process in 2 days once they opened the box. But that was because the other thing, and they just sent them all back to me together. And so yeah, D-Ron said we cracked the code as you have damaged books, and then you can get your other books submitted. I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it. So maybe like it does make you wonder the fact that they bumped me to the front. Like, were they responsible? But they're claiming they weren't, that they arrived damaged. But I have no way to know. I didn't get a picture of the box. It definitely looked like a corner crunch happened to 8 books. Yeah. So yeah, only 7 of the 15 made it out. You'll have to go. The Thursday I did that video. It's only like 30 minutes. So anyway, you can see the other 8 books. A few of them I think I can fix. Some of them are not fixable. So yeah, relive that pain. But anyway, so yeah, I'm probably going to be resubmitting some books here before long, putting in a new submission. I just got to decide what I'm going to send, and go from there. So what of those I'm going to try to fix and send, and which of those I'm just going to like no longer worry about. Maybe I'm going to call them and could give me the grades, but it might be a month or more still. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there. You're saying it might still be another. They've been in encapsulation that long, and it might still be a month. Wow, that seems weird. Okay, I have not. So I was really invested in the Jason Aaron Thor. It's the only Thor run I've ever read. And when he went off the book, I went off Thor. I was never like a huge Thor fan to begin with, so I've not been reading the Cage thing. So I was really just, for me, it was all about the Jason Aaron stuff. The reason I did this is over the years I accumulated multiple copies of this book because the first Jane, because I really enjoyed the Jane Foster run, that whole Jason Aaron hurt that character, and then I've accumulated a couple some additional ones because the movie's coming, and I figure I'll like 2 of those are going to disappear. Those 2 are going to disappear. These 2 are probably going to disappear when a trailer drops of her holding the hammer in the full Thor outfit. So that's what's going to basically happen there. Anything worthwhile reading at DC? I mean, I've enjoyed the Tinian Batman run. Some people have not. What else am I reading on? Well, where's my list at? So I actually can tell you what I've been reading on. That is not the right notepad. There's the right notepad. So right now, what I'm pulling at DC is, let me get, like, I can get you my most recent order. My December pre-order is I'm going to pull the new Batgirl series. I'm going to give it a shot. Batman versus Bigby, which was terrible the first issue. This Catwoman Lonely City I talked about was pretty good. I'm interested to see where that's going. I'm reading Catwoman. I'm reading, let's see, Batman and Catwoman, which has been confusing, and I'm confusing. Tech is not great right now. I kind of dropped Wonder Girl just because I was trying to cut back. So yeah, basically all I'm reading right now is Batman, Detective, the Batman Catwoman, which I'm going to try to stick out, but I don't know. The Batman versus Bigby, which I don't. If this issue I just got is not good, I'm definitely not going to keep going with that. Nightwing, that's it. And then the other thing that I'm looking forward to is Robin and Batman, the Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen series is coming. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's about it. So there you go. He doesn't want me to send him any. So yeah, I've been reading the. I have not read Future. I have not been reading those. There's just too many. I'm waiting. If something's really good, I might grab a trade or something. But that's me. Um, yeah, I got like 2 books that are express that I gotta send. That Journey into Mystery 84 is express at this point, even as lower graded as it is, it's probably express at this point. And maybe that's it. I think everything else is marginally I could get by with. I was thinking there was another standard, but I think that's the only one for sure that it would have to be express. Some of the others I could probably claim as standard and see what happens. But yeah. But I don't know. So I need to send that book sooner than later. That book is it needs to be in a slab. I mean, it's fine in a top loader and a Mylar, but it needs to be in a slab to protect it. So I need to get that done. But yeah, need to decide if I'm going to try to what I'm going to do. I'm still debating on whether or not to try to make a insurance claim on the books that got damaged that went to CGC. I haven't called them yet. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably, from the Superman fans, I think it's probably Bendis, but yeah, it's bad. Oh, I know they will. I've heard good things. I've never really been a big Daredevil guy. I've read just a few things over the years, not very much. So, Manny saying Tom King all the way. I don't know. They might have got rid of it. I know Dave Harris is saying claims are simple. I should just do it and get a little bit of money back, particularly for. I mean, it's just so little. I didn't have that much in those books, so I'm not even sure how much they would give me for some of them. So yeah, I mean, probably because some of the ones I'm going to try to go on and send. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just need to decide. Maybe I should ask you. You've made a claim before. Maybe we should have that conversation. Maybe we should finally do that collecting smart we talked about. Never did. No, nothing that big. It was like there was a couple of flip books. Well, it was 8 books. I think 4 more were like turn books. It weren't like big. None of them were big money books. There was another one of these Thor #2s. There was a God of Thunder 25. So a couple more Thor associated books. There was another Thrawn, like the regular A cover of that Thrawn #1, not the variant. My DC Comics Presents 26 was in there, but that one I think I can fix. Or I can get fixed, I should say. I'm not pressing them, but I think the presser can fix that. I had a couple of Silk books, one of which I think can be fixed, one of which is hard to find and probably can't, which sucks. So yeah, there was a few things. This is true. Your book was a total loss, so I don't know how that's gonna work. So yeah. So right now, my favorite things that I'm reading in DC and Marvel, Nightwing and DC. Yeah, it's not really particularly close. And then at Marvel, is a character I've never really read very much of. I tried it because of the covers, and it just keeps pulling me back in, and that is Black Widow. The current run on Black Widow, I am really, really, really enjoying a ton. So, I mean, that's not like all time. That's just currently coming out. Another Marvel thing. I mean, you could argue some of the High Republic maybe stuff, but yeah, ASM has been, and I enjoyed the Marauders run when they was actually about the Marauders, but they kept changing it. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying that Black Widow run a lot. Okay. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. I actually got to be up pretty early in the morning and get some stuff done. So I may wrap this up here in the next few minutes. I have not read the Black Cat run. So they started one, they ended it, and they restarted Black Cat. I read the first one that they did. It was terrible. It was just bad. The art was bad. The story was bad. It was bad. I've heard the second one was better, but I just never got back on it. Yeah, I haven't read Justice League in forever. Who knows? They did all kinds of crazy stuff back then, especially in World's Finest and some of those things. They did some crazy stuff back then. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. That's what killed me on Marauders. There was too many tie-ins. There wasn't a story in Marauders. It was all, if you weren't reading the other crap, you couldn't tell what the heck was going on. So, and I haven't dropped it yet, but like I know they're relaunching it with a different writer and stuff, and I'm out. I'm out when that happens on Marauders. So I'm basically going to see this run to where it ends, and then they're coming out with an annual, and then starting with a new writer, and at that point I'm done. So whatever 27, I don't know what's the last one I ordered because it hasn't come yet, but that was 27. At 27, I'm out on Marauders. So, which is the December issue. So I haven't actually made my pre-order yet for January. I should probably I haven't even looked actually at the January pre-order stuff yet. So need to do that at some point. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just rambling. It's a whatever report. That's what I do. So things coming up as a reminder. Comic tomorrow night on John Comics with Kids channel. Where's he at? He hasn't made a comment for a while. I know he had trick-or-treaters and other stuff going on. He's a little earlier in the evening. I had already turned off the light when I went live. I only had about 5 or 6 groups of trick-or-treaters. So inconsistent in my neighborhood. Sometimes we get a bunch. Sometimes we get none. So yeah, we'll be over on John's channel playing Comic tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we're going to be reading Invincible. Thursday night, I think we're doing Die Volume 1. We're going to be talking about that. At some point, I need to do a 3,000 subscriber celebration. Thank you. Don't know when that's going to happen. I've never read. I enjoyed the Turtles when I was a kid, like the cartoon and that kind of stuff, and the movies. I think they're cool characters. I enjoyed one of the more recent cartoons came out a little bit. Was the Nickelodeon one, the first one they did, was pretty good. But I've never really read many of the comics. I kind of want to, but I just haven't started. Damaris is ready to lose. So, but yeah. Otherwise, I'll probably do a video where I'm put together my next CGC order. Don't know what for sure what I want to throw in there. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. I mean, I've heard enough people talking about it. I know who Jenica is, like, in a grand sense. Like, I don't know, like, much about her, like, personality or that kind of stuff. But I know that, there's a female turtle. She wears the yellow. Yeah, I know that kind of stuff, but not much beyond that. So, and I know it's supposedly been really good for a while now, that series has, but I just have not been reading it. I'm trying not to collect as much new stuff. I don't always succeed very well in doing that. I don't. I had a big thing I was going to cut way back in 21. And I did. I cut back significantly in 21 from what I was buying in, like, before that, particularly in just raw numbers. But then this year I bought a ton of trades and stuff. So I need to continue to try to find a better balance in my budget, new stuff versus old stuff, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so eventually almost everything behind me will be for sale. So that'll give me some more Comic Fund money to move around. do a real quick recap of what I picked up this week, and then we'll get out of here because I don't know that I know much else to talk about. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So yeah, I gave a recap of stuff coming up. I did pick up the Graham Cracker Comics exclusive cover for House of Slaughter #1, the Merca Andolfo. It's the only copy of this book that I'm planning to get necessarily. I just kind of on a whim, I was in their store. They have one near where my sister lives. And yeah, I didn't grab an A cover or anything like that. They had them. I didn't grab one. I grabbed this one. So there you go, which is maybe or maybe not the best investment. Hey, aggressively. Only 136 new slabs in 21. Oh, wow. Slacker. As compared to my I think with these all in my possession, I think I'm at like 50 slabs at the moment or close. Issue 2 of Batman versus Bigby. If this is not better, I may be done with this. Like, technically I've pre-ordered 3 and I think maybe even 4, but issue 1 was bad. So I don't know. I mean, I'm already kind of locked in a little ways on that one, but haven't read either of those two yet. Batman Catwoman, reminder, this is from not anything other than that House of Slaughter. Nothing's from this Wednesday. Everything was from 2 weeks before. So Batman Catwoman continues to be confusing. That's basically what I'm going to go with on that. It's confusing. It's all get out. Whoa. I'm trying to drop my pile here. Let's go. The Frizzen covers of Catwoman. I've been getting all the Frizzen Catwoman covers. And I've enjoyed this run pretty good. Still round V. So probably we're going to stick with it for a while. Plus, it's Frizzen. I'm not dropping those. There you go. So these are all the ones. This is the last one I haven't read so far that I picked up. ASM. I don't know. I keep buying ASM. I keep being disappointed by ASM. At some point, you would think I would learn my lesson. This fantastic. I did read this one. Obviously, this was the first one I read when it came in. My 2 favorite characters right there on the cover, so you know I love this book. Plus, this whole run with Tom Taylor has just been fantastic. So there you go. High Republic. I continue to devour all the High Republic stuff. The series is really, really good. I really enjoy it. I'm enjoying the books. I have one book I haven't read yet. Was it Out of the Shadows, the most recent one? But yeah, I did not do Star Wars Bounty Hunters, War of the Bounty Hunters, because there was just too many crossover stuff. Like, I have been reading Darth Vader, the series, but it's been crossed over, so it hasn't been like. I just didn't want to have all those new books, so I did not invest in War of the Bounty Hunters. I've been buying all the new High Republic stuff, but the only Star Wars regular book I've been reading is Darth Vader. And then I did get Trail of Shadows #1. This was really good. I really enjoyed this kind of murder mystery. This was good. I'm looking forward to this. We'll see where this goes. I have not read 76, and then I guess did 77 come out this week? Probably. 76 is the most recent one I have in my possession from Midtown pre-orders. So I have not read it yet. I kind of know what happens, like in general, like the spoilers or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Catwoman Lonely City, obviously the bigger format on the Black series. This was good. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Another kind of alternate future kind of thing. So we'll see. And then last, I had 2 issues of Batman come in during this last order, 14 and 15. I'm enjoying Fear State. I know some people haven't been a huge fan of Tinian's run on Batman. I've enjoyed it for the most part. Like some of his characterizations, I really, really enjoy. I'm actually kind of digging Molly, like the Miracle Molly. She's kind of a weird design. But I am actually like enjoying her as a character. I enjoy his take on Harley. Like I've enjoying the Jorge Jimenez's art a ton. Like, so I'm glad we're getting a story that doesn't involve Joker. We're getting Scarecrow and Ivy and Harley and this magistrate stuff, and I'm actually kind of enjoying it right now. So we'll see. I know it's about to wrap up. What, 2 more issues? I think through 117, and then that ends. But I'm enjoying his Batman run. Not as much as Nightwing, but I'm enjoying it. So, so yeah, you guys can see. I actually got a shave tomorrow again, but then after that, the beard will be back. So. Ghostmaker is probably like I actually enjoy Punchline some. I mean, I think well, I got obviously back there, but it's also worth it. But like I enjoy Punchline, uh, but Ghostmaker is a little weird. Like that one, I don't even know what annoys me about him. He's just not. There's just something there that's not like I don't know. It's like Batman Lights or Batman even more arrogant or like I don't know. It's just I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, I will say I would agree. Tinian's pacing, while better than Tom King's, has still not been the best for some of the Batman stuff. I would definitely agree with that. Tuesday, we're talking this, which I have to finish reading. So I probably need to get off here and finish reading this, honestly, because we're doing Comic Stories tomorrow night, so I might not have time to finish it tomorrow. So, all right, gang, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Sunday when I just ramble about whatever comes to my mind. Stream of consciousness. Hey, Hoarder's Hide, welcome. Sorry, I'm wrapping up here, but yeah, so appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you all for the support. Like I said, we hit 3,000 subs last week, which is insane. I think is the only way to put it. Completely insane. Come watch us on Comic Stories on John's Comics with Kids tomorrow night. Having a fun for a Halloween special. I will be in costume for sure tomorrow. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Maybe if I remember how to hit the button.